Hi, my name is Brandon Goldsmith. I am an investor-friendly realtor, multifamily broker, and multifamily investor based out of Columbus, Ohio. So I'm going to talk about today what it's like to invest in real estate remotely or out-of-state real estate investing. The majority of my clients are investors, especially out-of-state investors. And when you're getting started, it can be a very daunting and scary thing to invest in real estate to start, and you invest in a market or city or state that you can't drive to within a couple hours, and that adds a whole nother layer of fear and anxiety to the situation where a lot of people are sidelined. And I'm just here to talk about a few of the highlights, tips and tricks, and what you should expect investing in another state that you can't drive to. The first thing that you should do when getting started is going to be the research phase and establishing a buy box. What is a buy box? This is your criteria and parameters for investing in real estate. Are you going to be doing fix and flips? Are you going to be doing single family rental investing, multifamily rental investing, commercial 5+, 10+, 20+, multifamily investing, industrial storage, anything in between? There's also short-term rental, mid-term rental for traveling nurses, Airbnbs within that short-term rentals, and countless other options. My advice is to just pick one, become an expert at it, do trial and error, and either pivot or scale with it. That is going to be something that will be tried and true for any of the methods that you do. Just become an expert in that method and start to choose a market out of state based on what you're going to do. For example, if you want to get into midterm rentals for traveling nurses, you're probably not going to invest in a city or state that doesn't have a wide surplus of hospitals or contracted out nurses. And if you want to do the burn method or fix and flips, you're probably not going to be buying in a city that is already picked over, highly competitive, and just doesn't have distressed properties available for inventory. So make sure you're doing this research while establishing a buy box, because after that criteria is set, you're going to dive into a handful of markets and start to narrow down markets based on what strategy you're going to do. Once you've narrowed in on a few of the markets, this is going to be the part where you start connecting with locals and just getting a feel for what prices are in general, how competitive the market is, if properties are going over ask, under ask. This is all going to be included in the research phase once you get down to these one or two markets that you start to narrow in on. How do you vet markets from out of state? This is all people and data driven. So you can get local opinions, people who live there, as well as check online. You can see what's sitting on market, what the crime statistics look like. How do you analyze properties as well from out of state? There are many different tools for this. So you can look online at Zillow, apartments.com. There's different things for crime or different statistics. A recent one I've seen is Coffee Closers, has a whole system, as well as niche.com or other crime maps might be able to help you stay away from certain neighborhoods that might not be the best for you to invest in, and the others that you might want to gravitate towards that are up and coming or the next thing within the city. How do you see properties when you are thousands or hundreds of miles away? This can be done, either pictures online, virtual tours, or from home inspectors as well. In my market, where if you're investing in multifamily and all the units are occupied, then you're not allowed to view them until you have an accepted offer. This is what's going to be called as curb offers. And then once you get inside, you can either do a virtual tour or get more information based on the inspection report once you're fully in contract. Your success is going to be a make it or break it based on your local team there. So make sure you leverage good partners, find an investor-friendly realtor, someone who ideally invests themselves in that market and is able to give feedback on the neighborhoods, whether something's block by block or street by street. And then, same thing with the lender as well. Someone who understands the investor side of things and is able to, help you out with the best products. Your contractor and property manager are also going to be two other very important pieces. The contractor is going to be if you are doing fix and flips or any type of value add on properties. This is going to be someone who is going to keep you hopefully on track and on budget. Make sure you don't always go with the cheapest. That doesn't always work out the best. If you're just going for long-term rentals, you're going to really not necessarily need a contractor as much, maybe a handyman, or maybe your property manager is going to have in-house maintenance and contracting crews that you're able to use as well with their services. But this is going to be one of the steps in just going forward, evaluating properties. And then fourth is going to be the property manager, someone who is going to be stabilizing this for the long term. Ask them the questions on how they operate, what's important to you, communication. If you don't want to hear with them ever, only if something goes wrong, make sure you let them know. Upfront conversations, see how their systems operate, and if it's ultimately a good fit, and you should be set up for success in remote real estate investing.